In this lesson, we will be dealing, it's actually a continuation of lesson 5 on visuals. We will be now dealing with candle formation or candlestick formation. So, if we have a quick recap, we dealt with forex being the buying and selling or exchanging of currencies in the form of currency pairs. And we say this is all done online. Then we went on to talk about price and the bid, the ask, the spreads, everything which involved price, more importantly pips. So right now we've come to the visual part. We've also dealt with the time frames. Now we come to the visual movement of price, and we said we will focus strictly on candles or candlesticks. So as we said, for each and every time frame we will have a specific candle aligned with the time frame. So if you remember the time frames, then you will know that for each and every time frame there will be a candle forming and closing. Then the next candle will follow, the next will follow, just like that. It will be continuous. So right now a candle will have what we call, when it opens, let's just take for a 15 minute time frame, we will have a candle forming each and every 15 minutes. So that means a candle will form and then close in that interval of 15 minutes. I hope this makes sense. So remember that a candle is a visual representation of price, meaning it shows the price movement. So it will be formed by overall price for a 15-minute chart. For a 15-minute chart, a candle will form every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, a new candle will be formed. So a candle for a 15-minute chart will represent the movement of price in that 15-minute period. So a candle for a 15-minute chart will say, let's say the start of the 15 minutes. At the start of the 15 minutes, we will have an opening price. For that start of the 15 minute, we will have an opening price. Then this is the opening price. Then during that 15 minutes, price will act. It may either go down. Price for that currency pair may go down, or it may, let's do this, it may go up. Or it may go up. Remember that this is the opening price, so it may go up, then down, then up, then down, like it may fluctuate. So what happens if price goes up? Let's say, okay, this is when it went up, this is when it went down. So it may happen that it may go up and down, up and down. You will see some things we call this the shadow, this area here, or we call this the shadow or the wick. This is also the shadow or the wick. So like we said, it may go up, it may go down, or it may go both ways. So this, remember, we have the opening, then we have the opening price, then we have the movement within that 15 minute period. So it can go either way depending on price movement. Remember, a candle is dependent on price movement. It shows the movement of price. So we may have a candle which has this opening price. Let's just use these lines as the opening price. Take these as the opening prices. So right now we're still dealing with the opening, which is at the beginning of the 15 minutes, and also the running time, which is during those 15 minutes. So like we said, may open, then go up. It may open, then go down. So if it happens to open and then go up and down, you won't see something like this. You'll never see something like this. What happens is, if it goes up, during that run time, it will be like this. But then when it goes down, when it comes to the downside, something like this will be left. That's what we call the shadow or the wick. So if it happens to go down first, if it goes down first, then goes up, you'll find something like this. It won't be full like when it was running. I hope. Okay, let me just try making more examples. We have the candle open. We have the candle open. So if it goes up, or price goes up, remember this is just a visualization of price. If it goes up, then goes down, you won't see this. You won't see this. You'll only see something like this to show that it went up and it reached a certain level. It went up and reached a certain level. This is what we call the high of the candle. The highest price that was reached within this specific time frame. We call it the high. Then let's say it goes down, then comes back to the opening price. It will be the low, or the lowest price, which the lowest price which was reached during the running of this specific time frame. Remember, as we deal with an open, the run time, then the close. So with regards to this, remember, it doesn't mean that you'll always find something like this, because it may have the opening price, then it may go down, reach a low, go up, reach a high, then continue, no, not continue, reverse, then go down and pass that initial low it set to create a new low. Remember, this is all happening, you'll see it on your demo. This is all happening within the specified time frame. Let's say you chose a 15-minute time frame. You will observe, just at the start of a 15 minutes, you'll see that a candle will open. Then during those 15 minutes, it will run. It may go up and down, or it may go up one way or down one way. Then we will come to something called, let's say, the 15 minutes has elapsed, the 15 minutes are over, it's forced to close. Remember, it's for the 15 minutes. So if the 15 minutes are over, that means they will start another 15 minutes and a new candle has to be formed. So that means the previous candle has to close. So we'll also have something called the closing price. So it does not necessarily mean that the closing price will be the same as the opening price. The closing price can be lower, whereby you will see something like this. The closing price might be here. It may be higher. might be like this. So like I said, the closing price is the final price when the time has elapsed. If it's a 1 minute time frame or 1 minute chart, the closing time will be at the end of that 1 minute. The opening price will be at the beginning of that 1 minute. The first second for that 1 minute, that's where you will witness the opening price. Then the candle will run throughout. Price will act throughout that 1 minute. Then at around 59 seconds, then you'll witness the closing price, because that's where the 1 minute time interval has elapsed. The 1 minute is over, so for another minute, another candle has to be formed. Remember, we said for a specific time frame, a candle will be formed in each and every time interval, if I may say. If it's a 15-minute time frame or chart, a candle will be formed each and every 15 minutes. So if let's say it's 10 o'clock, a candle will be formed. Then at 15 minutes past 10, this one will have to close. Then another candle will be formed every 15 minutes. Then at 10:30, this one will close and another one, a new one, will be formed. So for each and every candle, we will have an opening price, a closing price, an opening price, a run time or the running price during those 15 minutes for a 15-minute chart. Then we will also have the closing price. Then the cycle continues. Then it will continue. Cannot call it a cycle, just the movement will just continue. The candle formations will just continue in that order every 15 minutes for a 15-minute time frame. So let's just say we had a candle open, then it went up, then it went low, and it closed. So what you will see, let's say it went up, then reached a high, then it went low, reached a low, then closed somewhere here. What will happen is that, let's call this the OP, and this is the closing price. What you will witness happening is that this area will be filled. This is the only time the area is filled. If the time has elapsed and then you find that the opening price, the closing price is higher or lower than the opening price, you will see that the area for that candle will be filled. It will be filled with a specific color. So it will depend on the colors you set, because this will now lead us to something else. This will lead us to the formation of a buy and a sell. So right now we're still dealing with a candle formation. We are still explaining how a candle is formed. I hope you can now relate it with price movement. We say it shows the movement of price, because remember, the market is always moving. It's always moving. Price is always going up or down. So with that being said, a candle will be a representation of price for a specific time frame. So you'll find that the candle opened. Remember, we have the opening price. We also have the running price. May go up, may go down, but then there has to be a closing price, because that candle has to close in order to make way for a new candle to be formed for that specific time frame. So you will find that this is the running price, and let's just say it happens to close here. This is the closing price. This is the opening price. So this area will be filled. It will depend on the color which you choose. And with that being said, it leads us to the buying and selling. What happens when you say that this candle was a buy candle, this candle was a sell candle? So remember, with price, when price goes high or goes up, when price rises, that means there was more buying pressure. When, yes, it's buying pressure. When price goes down or falls, there was more selling pressure of a currency. Remember, we're dealing with currencies here. So if we have a candle, it has an opening price, then it runs, and let's just say it reached a low. That means there were, for a specific for an area in time, we had a point whereby there was selling pressure. So it went down, but then there was more buying pressure. It came up, then it closed. Let's say it reached a certain high, but then came back and closed above the opening price. This is the opening price, and this is the closing price. This candle, we say it's a buy candle, because the closing price was higher, or was you can say greater than the opening price. It's a buy candle. As you can see, this is the opening price. Let's say the opening price was 1.4210, then the closing price was 1.4220. You can see that the closing price is higher than the opening price by 10 pips. So this is a buy. If you bought, then you surely have made profit. Then if you sold, you have made a loss. So we'll still come to explaining what happens if you buy, then the candle goes, or price goes the opposite direction. What happens when you sell, then it goes to the opposite direction. So it's that's where the loss and profit comes in. So let's do another example. We have the opening price. Then let's say the candle reached a specific high, then reached a low, then closed here. This is the closing price. This will be filled. It's usually red, where you find that the closing price is lower than the opening price. It's usually red in color. The candle is red in color, and the opposite is green in color, whereby you find that the closing price is higher than the opening price. So if this happens, as you can see, let's just say the opening price was 1.6321, then the closing price was 1.6221. You can see that there's a difference of 100 pips. The closing price is lower than the opening price by 100 pips. So this will be a sell candle, because price went down. That means there was more selling pressure. This is a sell candle because the closing price is lower than the opening price. I hope this makes sense. So with the colors, you can choose your colors, but then usually for a buy, the candle color is green. For a sell, the candle color is red. and it's usually the default colors. And in some cases, you might find that it's the buy, it's white, then the sell is black. But then these are not that much important. You can set them yourself. The colors, you can set them yourself as long as you understand how a buy and sell came about, how a buy candlestick or a sell candlestick came about. Then it's fine. You can choose each and any color. These were just the default examples. You can choose purple, orange, any color, which you and will make you understand that this was a buy, this was a sell. What's important is to know that for a buy candle, for that specific time frame, the closing price has to be higher or has to be greater than the opening price. Has to be greater than the opening price. Then for a sell, the closing price has to be lower than the opening price. I think we'll just cut things off here. I'll also send in a PDF, and you can also look on our PDFs. We also explain them there. Also send in another PDF on candlesticks.